morning, I'm Jim Chrzan, Group Publisher of Healthcare Packaging Magazine. Thanks for joining us. Today, I'm at Sonoco ThermoSafe's global headquarters with Ben VanderPlas, Sonoco's Global Product Manager. We're currently standing in one of the ISC labs. These are design and testing facilities where passive packaging systems are qualified for the shipment of temperature-sensitive pharmaceuticals and biologics. Today, we're here to chat about a new approach to passive pallet shipper design for the distribution of bulk temperature-sensitive products. So Ben, what market drivers influenced your decision to rethink pallet shippers?
It's really the global growth and distribution of bulk pharmaceutical products. It's grown significantly and it continues to grow. They're outsourcing to multiple facilities in different countries and often different continents. So that transportation and temperature control management has become an integral and tightly controlled extension of the manufacturing process. What we hear is that within the supply chain there's some issues with availability for active systems. And then on the passive solution side, if a solution is designed to the worst case, it often becomes too expensive and not practical. And if it's under-engineered, you can be susceptible to costly temperature deviations.
That's interesting. And now, based on your market research, Ben, what were the most important insights that you collected?
Well, that's a good question, Jim. We went out and we met with the people in the trenches, the ones that handle the pallets day to day. And their first priority was really to maximize air freight. That was their number one concern. And so we went and we looked at the most common unit loading device, and that was an LD7 QPMC. This is an air pallet. It's often referred to as a cookie sheet. And it's all used to consolidate air freight to make it more efficient for the airliners to load their aircraft. We took that LD7 QPMC and we divided it up into quarters, and that's how we sized our pallet. But looking beyond dimensions, there was also two main frustrations that we heard recurring throughout our research. And this was the performance of a system and also the complexity. It was frequent that we heard temperature excursions were occurring more often than they desired. This led to lost product or additional workload to clear customs, and both delayed delivery and speed to market of the product. We also found that they complained about difficulty in assembly of these solutions. They're complex and challenging to put together. There was often alternating patterns of frozen and refrigerated components. One wrong placement could lead to a detrimental cold shock to the product, or maybe a warm temperature excursion down the line. These are, again, both costly temperature excursions that could damage the product's efficacy.
And how did those insights impact the development of Quarter PMC, Sonoco's new product?
We've developed and used a disciplined step-by-step process. We call that I6. I6 is an innovation process that combines insights, ideation, and invention. So let me walk you through how we transition from those market insights to our finished product. So first, we've developed our unique L-shaped corner panels that you'll see here behind me. And so with these panels, we've improved the system's insulation properties due to the way they interlock together vertically and into the base, as well as the lid, as that goes on top. But also, as we put these panels together, they leverage the forces of banding as you seal the container shut. Those forces applied during banding pull in on the corners, and they meet where those seams meet in the middle. So we're getting drastically improved insulation properties, or R value for the system, through these new features, and that's providing a benefit thermally as far as performance is concerned. In addition, it's freestanding, as you can see here behind me, and that's easier for handling and system assembly. So second, Convect dispersion panels located on all the vertical walls in the container. These, as the hot air penetrates the wall of the container, it's less dense than the cold air inside. So as it penetrates, these panels here control that air, and the hot air rises to the top. There's then the refrigerants, both refrigerated and frozen, which cools that hot air, and the cold air, now being more dense, drops along the product. And once that cycle begins, you get that flowing during the whole transportation route. And that has enabled us to move away from side refrigerants, making it a much simpler solution with the bottom and top only located on top of this shelf here. With these two innovative features, our L-shaped corner panels and the Convect dispersion panels, we've been able to improve performance while also addressing the market demand for a simple and easy to assemble solution.
What temperature solutions does ThermoSafe offer?
Well, we've designed our Quarter PMC for a minimum of 5-day duration for 2 to 8, 15 to 25, and frozen temperature ranges, all tested to real-world ambient conditions. We've also brought in some competitive solutions to do some testing of our own against the same profiles we challenged our system to, and we found performance often around that 3-day point. And that's not to say that those solutions won't work. They just won't work for as long against the same conditions we exposed our solution to. So alternatively, those solutions could require additional handling fees, or more tightly controlled distribution lanes in order to hold proper temperature control.
Many companies use active shipping containers. How would our viewers know when to use active or passive shippers?
Well, with active systems, we hear about challenges as far as availability and flexibility, and of course the cost. And if you're not a regular user, it may be difficult to get those in a timely manner and without expedited fees. Depending on the shipping lanes of use, you may require repositioning fees or backhaul, and if you go beyond that lease term, you may face additional charges as well. But when shipping high value or difficult to replace products, active certainly has its value. And even in these cases, we have seen a shift in customers beginning to look at passive pallet solutions. An active system is easy. You can load it and go, plug it in and charge it on its way. But the industry's recognized that advances in packaging technology and the great potential for savings. When shipping in a well-defined, routine and predictive lane, a passive pallet solution will provide the best total cost of ownership. As compared to active, they are immediately available. There's no expedited fees. The flexibility is also greater, not worrying about a complex reuse network. And the overall costs are much lower when using a passive solution where fitting.
Well, thanks, Ben, and thanks for your time this morning.
Thanks, Jim. I really appreciate the time.
This is Jim Chrzan. Thank you for joining me this morning here at Sonoco ThermoSafe.